I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really nervous in front of this camera right now because I've not done this in so long. So I'm gonna keep this like really short. I don't want it to be too long. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I shouldn't even be saying welcome back. I should just be saying welcome to my YouTube channel because I don't post on this. I'm not entirely sure why. I keep saying I'm gonna come back and start doing it again, but I never do. But this is my latest attempt at a comeback to YouTube. If you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, welcome anyway. Now, as you can tell from the title, you know, yeah, that happened. It happened. I am. I still can't, you know, I can't say it. Like, I'm still coming to terms with it myself. But I am indeed expecting a child. I'm pregnant. Yup. I am pregnant. Me, TONII, hot gal, pregnant. It has been interesting. It has been a shock. I'm still processing everything. I'm okay, I'm doing okay, but I'm still processing everything. Like, wow, you know, it came at a time in my life where there was already so much going on and I just didn't expect it. Like, I didn't expect it. But yeah, we thank God, children are a blessing, so we're just taking it a day at a time. I think I'm just gonna like go into kind of like how I found out, maybe. Not that it's very exciting, I knew from like the get-go, like I just knew. And just kind of like where I'm up to now and why it's taking me so long to make this video. And yeah, so I mean, I'd say get some snacks, but it's not gonna be that long, maybe get a drink. So yeah, happy new year guys. It is now 2023 and I am currently, well, I'm 18 weeks pregnant tomorrow. So I am I'm not well into my second trimester, but I'm in my second trimester. Yeah, so we're nearly halfway there. I know, I really did want to like video the first trimester and what I got up to and how it was and yada yada yada, but the first trimester was brutal. Like, I did not enjoy. I was not myself. I still don't think I'm 100% myself yet, but it's getting better, it's getting easier. So there was no way I could have taken you guys along for my first trimester because I was barely hanging in there myself. So yeah, you guys can join me from the second trimester. Anyway, let's just so let's talk about why I look like this, why I've made no effort and I'm in my pajamas. I was laying in bed and I was just thinking about it and I was like, yeah, you know, let's put this on YouTube, let's just do it. And I was like, oh, I'll film it in like 2 days time. And then I was like, TONII, you know, 2 days time you're gonna be like, you're too tired and you're not gonna do it. So I just got up and did my edges and just said, I'm gonna film it like this. Like, this is the real me. This is how I have been for the past nearly 5 months. Yeah, the past 5 months, wow, it's been a long time. I have been living at home in my pajamas most days. When I'm not in my pajamas, I'm at work. And then I come home and put my pajamas on and get back into bed. So this is me. This is the reality of me right now. That's why I've been absent from like Instagram, because I don't have the energy anymore. It's just, yeah, no, Instagram right now for me is just on pause. Because I just don't feel like myself. I don't know what content I want to put out. None of my clothes fit. I don't know what I look good in anymore. Like, I'm figuring it all out currently. Yeah, that's why I look the way that I look. But one thing I'll say is my skin looks amazing. It's glowing, okay? I'll give pregnancy that my skin is doing bits, okay? I do think my hair is falling out a little bit though, but not too much. So hopefully that stops. That needs to stop. And my nose has started to spread, but you know what? We have been dwelling on the nose for a couple of months now, and it's okay. It's fine. We're just going to ignore it. It's very hard to ignore because it is the center of my face, but we are going to ignore it. It's gorgeous no matter how big it's getting. Okay. So let's go back to September. I was working a lot. My partner was staying with me quite a bit. And I had a holiday planned to America to see my brother because he was getting married. Okay, that's very important in this story. I'm about to indulge in way too much information. Not too much information because my family will be watching this video. Anyway, I was working a lot, he was working a lot, so you know, we had to, the few days we got to actually spend together and actually enjoy each other's company, we really made the most out of it. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, went to America, had a great time with the girls and my brother, drank lots and lots and lots of tequila. I've never consumed so much tequila in my life. And then the wedding came, well, a few days before the wedding, I think. I was in America for like 2 weeks, and I just felt my mood drop. Like, I was so low. I couldn't figure out why. I was very emotional, and I am not an emotional person. I was really bloated. I get bloated anyway, but I was like really bloated. Like, it was not making sense. Like, nothing I was doing was helping, and it was really painful. And then the day of the wedding, I couldn't stop crying, and I wasn't crying because like those tears because I was happy my brother was getting married, but then I was just crying about nonsense, like the music. I was listening to the lyrics, and I was crying at the lyrics, and then I was relating it to like my situation and things that were going on in my life, and I was crying and I wouldn't stop crying, and honestly I couldn't get a hold of myself. Like, it wasn't making sense. Like, it really wasn't making sense. Anyway, came back to Manchester, and then there was a few events happening, Oxlade, and shout out to Bradley. I went to Shire History. Again, I was really bloated. I might put some like clips in from like Oxlade and that Shire event, even though I didn't do too much because I wasn't feeling well. Like, I felt so bloated, like it didn't make sense. It really didn't make sense. Anyway, so after all of that, I checked my Flow app. If you don't know what Flow is, it's a period tracker app. Well, like an ovulation period, pregnancy tracker. It has like different features in it. Anyway, so I checked my app, and I think at that point my period was like 9 days late. You know, 9 days, yeah. 9 days isn't a big thing for me. Since I came off the pill, my period has been highly influenced by my emotions and how stressed I am. And with how much work I was doing at the time, I was really stressed. I wasn't even shocked my period was late. I was like, no big deal, it's gonna come. You know, I've been late before, I've been a week late before, just a couple of days more, minor, non-issue. It will be here. I'm feeling the cramps. I was feeling like cramps in my belly, cramps in my back, my boobs were hurting, obviously the emotions. I was like, yeah, period's around the corner, it's all adding up. The PMS symptoms are really PMSing. It's fine. And then what happened next? And then it got to like day 10 and 11 of my missed period. I was at home with my boyfriend and I was literally, I think it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was literally on the bed grabbing my stomach in pain. Like, the bloating was causing so much pain, it didn't make sense. Like, it did not make sense. Like, why was I bloating so much? Like, I bloat, but this was extreme. Now, because I'm a midwife, that's my job, that's what I do. Babies and pregnancy is what I deal with. My mind went to pregnancy hormones, and there's a hormone called progesterone that increases really significantly in early pregnancy, and it causes bloating because it slows down your digestive tract. So this was going through my head while I was holding my belly and crying in pain. And I was just like, let me just get a pregnancy test to rule it out. I don't think I'm pregnant, but you know, let's just see that one single line negative and we can move on with our life and just get rid of that thought altogether. At this point, I didn't even tell my boyfriend that my mind was even going down that kind of like pathway. So I texted my flatmate who was out at the time. At this point, it was like 11:30. And I just said, sis, like, period's late, can you just buy me a pregnancy test? Don't think I'm pregnant, but you know, just to be on the safe side, let's just do one and rule it out. She was like, okay, I'll try and get you one. I don't know what's going to be open because it's quite late, and it was like a Sunday. It was like not like a weekend where things are open for a long time. She was like, but I'll try. Anyway, I then sent her the money for the pregnancy test. Like, you know, you can put like a name or a title of your transaction. This transaction name said, baby be gone. Baby be gone, as in like, deletus fetus, this is not happening, I'm not pregnant, baby be gone. Anyway, she came and she gave me the pregnancy test. Again, my boyfriend didn't know that I even asked her to give me a pregnancy test. I just did it on the sly. And it was like, I think it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it now, because if it is positive, I'm not stressing myself out and keeping myself awake all night. Like, that's not happening. So I went to sleep, woke up quite early the next day, because I wake up early anyway. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And again, I woke up with this extreme bloating. I was in agony. Boyfriend being amazing like he is, he was like, do you want me to make some tea to help with the gas and the bloating? I was like, yeah, please. I didn't actually want tea. Like, I didn't want tea. Like, I just wanted him out of the room so I could go to the toilet and pee on the stick. So he was in the kitchen sorting out the tea, and I just ran to the bathroom and I had my pregnancy test. There was 2 in the box and I peed on the stick. You know how pregnancy tests take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to develop? Not mine. Mine said ping, ping, 2 red lines. 30 seconds. Let's not waste no time. You're pregnant. This is what it is. And I was just there like, I did not know what to do. I just called for my boyfriend. Like, I was like, babe. And I think at this time, like, his boy called him for something at some, I don't know, stupid o'clock in the morning. Don't know why. He was on the phone to his boy. And I was like, babe, come here, babe. Came like rushing to the bedroom, and he ended the phone call as he was coming in. I was like sat on the toilet hyperventilating. I couldn't like get my words out. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was just like, no words coming out. He was like, what, you're pregnant? I was like, yeah. It was like, okay. And then he took me from the bathroom to the bed and like calmed me down, because I was like really hyperventilating. I wasn't like I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad, I wasn't crying. I was just in pure shock. Like, I was just shocked. Like, I didn't expect it. I was just shocked. So we got on the bed and we were both just like, I think by this point I was just silent. Like, I wasn't really saying anything. I wasn't hyperventilating anymore, but I was just silent. Like, I was just kind of like, and then once I calmed down, the reality then hit him, and he was like, that he was just shocked that I was pregnant. Like this is happening. You know, he's always been supportive from the get-go. Like, we knew what happened to this baby. There was no like doubt about it. And then after we both got over kind of like that initial shock, it was kind of like, what do you do now? What happens next? I mean, as a midwife, I know what happens next, but it was like, what happens next? Because at this point in my mind, it was either that I was already like 11 weeks pregnant, or I was 4 weeks pregnant, because my cycle's quite long. So it's either I got pregnant kind of like in August, thereabouts, August, July, or I just got pregnant before I went to America. So there was a massive window of uncertainty. So my first thing was, I need to have a private scan and rule out where I am in this pregnancy, because if I'm 10 weeks, then I need to get my appointments rolling, because there's tests and stuff that need to happen before I get to 14 weeks. So I got my phone, started Googling early pregnancy scans, trying to find places that would see me if I was like 5 weeks pregnant. And then I found one, but they didn't have an appointment till the next day. So I was like, okay, I'll take that first thing in the morning. She was like, you need to fill your bladder with 2 liters of fluids. I was like, calm, got that, that's fine, not a problem. So then we had the scan box, and it was like, okay, now what do we do? And then it was like, we need to tell parents. And I was like, it's a bit early to tell parents because we don't actually know where we are in this yet. And I was like, no. He was like, we need to tell parents. He was like, we need to tell parents. Like, let's just get it out. Let's just get it done. Let's not wait. Let's just tell them from the jump and just put it all out there on the table that this is what it is and we're doing this. Now, the reason we had to tell our parents so soon is because we've been together, I think 3 years now, and our families have never met. Our families have never spoken, have never met, and now I was pregnant. So it was kind of like, so it was like, we need to tell the families, and we need to work on kind of like getting everyone to meet up together and just meet for the first time, because now there is a child on the way. So we told our families, and both very supporting, both sides. Kind of got the same responses from both, you know, children are a blessing, you know, not the most ideal situation given that we're not married. I'm Jamaican, he's Nigerian, but they both said the same thing, you know, that it would have been better if we're having a child, if we're married, but nonetheless, we'll support you. That's essentially the response that we got, which was great. And yeah, we just kind of went along with our pregnancy. So yeah, that's how I found out. I don't know if I'm gonna really go into my first trimester on here. This is more so just like a introduction to my pregnancy. This video that was supposed to be a short video turned out to be a very long video that's now going to take me a very long time to edit. But yeah, I mean, please like, comment and subscribe if you want to look at my, oh my gosh. Please like, comment and subscribe if you want to follow me along this journey, and as well as other content that I might post. I'm not going to promise anything because I know how I'm like, but I might post other things as well. But yeah, stick around, who knows, you never know. So yeah.